Hello and welcome to Wireframe Rate. Today, I'm going to provide a quick demo of offline support, a new feature in WebFrame Pro Kiosk version 2.1.1. On screen, you can see an iPad with WebFrame Pro installed. If I open the Files app and browse the local device, you'll see that there are no files or folders present. Please note that before you can use WebFrame Pro with local content, you must first run WebFrame Pro in order to set up the correct folders on device. Simply run once, go back to the Files app and verify that the WebFrame Pro folder has been created and there is local content on the device. Here you will see that there is now a local WebFrame Pro folder containing a single readme.html file. This file will contain the instructions for everything I'm going to show in today's demo. There are several ways to place files into the WebFrame Pro directory on your device. If you have files elsewhere on the device, for example in another app, iCloud Drive, Box, Dropbox, OneDrive, etc., you can simply use the Files app to copy and paste or move them into the WebFrame Pro directory. Or from Safari, you can save a site as a PDF or web archive, again storing in the WebFrame Pro directory. To save a site as a PDF, open the site in Safari and open the share sheet. At the top of the share sheet, choose Select. In the Save As options, choose PDF, and then tap Back. Next, choose Save to Files, and choose the WebFrame Pro folder on the device. Now is a good time to ensure the file name complies with typical URL formatting. Use alphanumeric characters with no spaces or special characters, and pay particular attention to capitalization. After renaming the file, tap the Done button. And finally, tap Save to save the PDF. We can now switch to the Files app to verify that the file saved in the correct location. We will follow a similar procedure to save as a web archive. Once again, open the site, open the share sheet, and choose Options, this time selecting Web Archive. Tap Back, then Save as File, again choosing the WebFrame Pro directory on the device. Give the file an appropriate file name, and choose Done, then Save. Once again, we can switch to Files and verify that the file has been saved correctly, and there it is. From another device, you can also airdrop a file to a kiosk, again selecting the WebFrame Pro folder to store your files. To airdrop from a Mac, simply select the file in Finder, Control-click or right-click and choose Share, then Airdrop. Select the target device. On the device, you may be prompted with an Open With dialog, or depending on the file type, simply be prompted to select a location to save the file. In either case, you'll want to use Files and save to the local WebFrame Pro directory. Preview may automatically show the file. We can close, and in Files, verify that the file has been saved. From a Mac running macOS Catalina or later, you can also connect a device via USB and simply move or copy-paste the files in Finder. From Finder, look in Locations for the connected device and select it. From the device page, go to the Files tab. Here you can see the files and folders on the device. Simply copy and paste or drag and drop the files into the WebFrame Pro folder on the device. On the device, we can open the Files app and verify that they were copied correctly. Finally, you can use Apple Configurator with a USB connected device. With the device connected over USB, you can either right-click and choose Add or tap the Add button from the toolbar. Select Documents. Select the WebFrame Pro folder as the destination. Then choose the files you would like to copy over, and finally click Add. Once again, we can use the Files app on the target device to verify that everything copied over correctly. Once we have stored content on device, we will configure WebFrame Pro Kiosk to use that content as the home page. Remember to ensure file names follow typical URL conventions and best practices. In general, you should only use alphanumeric characters, dashes, and underscores. To configure WebFrame, start by going to Settings, WebFrame Pro. In the homepage URL field, type file:/ipad.pdf. Note that the file name and extension are case sensitive. Now if I load WebFrame Pro, you'll see an almost immediate load because everything is local. However, it very much looks and feels like a document. Page breaks, static content. It is reliably offline, however, there could be a better user experience. Next, let's look at the same page saved as a web archive. We'll go back to Settings and WebFrame Pro and change the file name that is being used as the homepage URL. Please note that the extension for a web archive is .webarchive. It is important to note that if you want to transition from an offline file such as a web archive, you also need to update the allowed domains list to include the domain of the online content you would like to access as well. Once I've updated the configuration, I'll switch back to WebFrame Pro Kiosk. And you'll see what looks like a live website. As I scroll, you'll see all media, styling, effects, etc. are present. The page contained in the web archive will be completely functional offline. However, it can also transition seamlessly to the rest of the online site. For example, if I click the Mac link, I'll be transitioned to the live apple.com website. This has been a brief overview of the offline capabilities of WebFrame Pro version 2.1.1. For more information, please visit wireframerate.com. Thank you.